Hey, folks, this is Brian Blessing. Hope you're enjoying the Hockey Betting Podcast. We have a couple chuckles, try to get you a lot of winners. Check out the hockeybettingpodcast.ca. We got a number of books that have joined up with us and have incredible sign-up offers for you to play hockey with that first deposit. Get on board. Go to the hockeybettingpodcast.ca. Click the link, sign up, jump in, have some fun with us.
You're listening to the Hockey Betting Podcast with your hosts, Brian Blessing in Las Vegas and Cam Stewart in Toronto. This is the Hockey Betting Preview for Thursday, April 22nd, 2021. And now live from Las Vegas, your host of the Hockey Betting Podcast, Brian Blessing.
All right, folks, here we go. It's the Hockey Betting Podcast. Get you ready for a lot of action. Take you right through the weekend. Brian Blessing in Vegas, Cam Stewart, north of the border, my dear friend. What's going on, buddy?
Yeah, Brian, is good stuff. Your Vegas team got it done tonight. Lots of positive things on the ice last night, other than that Montreal under I thought was going in. And a new thing we got to talk about, I guess, is coaches pulling the goalie, not just down a goal or two. Like I've seen them pull a goalie with 3 goals down and stuff like that. So it's something that we don't really know exactly when it's going to happen all the time. But if you're an under player, you could that's like betting suicide right there, because these guys, the analytics guys are saying, hey, 3-0, pull them, 5 minutes here. And it's happening a lot more. So be wary.
Yeah, that all changed with Patrick Waugh, right? When he was out, he was with the Avs for a while. He was the first guy to start pulling the goalie. Heck, he was pulling the goalie with 4 minutes to go.
Exactly.
Remember that? For a couple of years?
Yep, I know. And the guys now, like usually you'd concede at the 3 mark. That used to be the rule. Like we're beating you 5-2 or whatever. And yeah, that's the way it's going to end. But no, guys are pulling. And you saw in the Edmonton game, it got kind of crazy. Montreal held on, but that game looked like an under the whole way through, and it hit over.
All right, kids, let's go. Lots to talk about. We'll dive into the big stories as we get to each team. Let's go big boy hockey right out of the gate. Washington and the Islanders. We're getting some of these monster showdowns with a lot at stake. A first-place game, Cam, both of these teams tied atop the East with the Pens just a point behind and the Bruins racing at them. And the poor Rangers going, what happened?
Yeah, the Rangers, that was a big loss to the Islanders. And it's funny, Brian, we talked about the Islanders not playing well, and then they play almost a perfect game against the hottest team in the league in the Rangers, right? Now you have Washington roll into town. This is a very difficult game. Seesaw battle when these teams play each other. I lean Islanders in this spot, but this is a very tough game to cap.
Yeah, that's one to watch. I think there'll be some pretty juicy intensity. Washington, Boston over the week. Washington's been pretty much about sending messages, too. I mean, they're not
Yeah,
and the Islanders, I think, are going to be a willing dance partner. That should be a fun hockey game. We have an interesting little game to speak about with the Bruins, a monster favorite again. They are playing great. They have owned Buffalo. The Sabres obviously are playing better. Rask shut them out the last game. But I can't wait to watch the game. And the poor kid, so be it. You got to jump in the deep end of the pool somewhere. They're hoping their goalie of the future makes his debut tonight. Spencer Knight won with the Panthers the other night. Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen is making his debut tonight for all intents and purposes, Cam. He's been their franchise hope. Goalies take a long time. They've been talking about this kid for 3 years, and here he is.
Here's the thing. All these goalies that get called up, it's kind of like a pitcher. I'd rather bet on them than against them in the first game. I know it's a little bit of a risk. What do you do in this game, Brian? Buffalo has hung with Boston. Boston might have won the last game, but it's not like they blew them out. It was a tight game the whole way through. What did they win by 2 goals? Buffalo's taken them to overtime, shootouts. It's not like Boston's won these games, but they've won in difficult fashion.
That last game, Boston won it. It was 1-0 Bruins. And Cousins, it was a save of the year candidate. He had a wide open net. Rask come out of nowhere, made an incredible save. And then the game just hovered around that point until the tail end. It was 2-0. Yeah, but I mean, they were skating there right with them. Hall's starting to look good with the Bruins, Cam. I mean, he's skating around, but he's with guys that are finishing. But now the Sabres are finishing. Yikes. I'm rooting for this kid real hard to be good, but that's a tough spot. First game was low scoring. Do you come back with it under?
I don't know. I don't like the over. I got to be honest with you. I'm finding Thursday's sked very difficult. Like the things that I like are they're favored. But, I almost want to take a shot with Buffalo plus 1.5 in this game and hope for the best. They play these guys tight. That's probably what I'm going to do with this game, Brian. Just, plug my nose, hope Buffalo's. Hey, I think they can play with Boston. They're at home. It's a massive price. I'm going to probably lay it down on the Sabres.
How about this? You and I love Carolina. Right?
We do.
We've loved them from the summer to the fall to they finally started playing. And here they are. Florida ain't going nowhere. First place game. What a night in hockey. First place game, and the Panthers are a quarter on the road. Is that a little lack of respect on the Panthers here?
Yeah, I'm understanding. Like, I love Carolina too, but I don't know. Florida's at home. They're a dog in this spot. What do you do with this game? I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do with it. I'm going to take the under. You give me a 6, I'm taking the. People just think all these games are going over. Have you seen the Carolina games recently? These 3-2 very under style games. I think things are going to tighten up. Like, this could be a playoff style game.
I agree.
I know people just say it's going to be the over. No, I'm doing under. I'm sticking to it. And if I lose, so be it. I just think Carolina, Florida. I see a 3-1 style hockey game. If you get a 6, I'd love to see a 6.5. I'd smash it, but you're going to get a 6, and I'll still take the under. Push it worst, hopefully.
All right, this is a crazy one, and I would just say this. While Carolina and Florida are playing for first, someone's going to get 2 points, and the Lightning are going, God, please don't let that game go to overtime where they both get points. And Tampa Bay's playing Columbus, who's their kryptonite, and Tampa Bay's laying 275. I know you had said a while back when you see something like this.
I'm going to pass on the side. The only thing I like about this game is the total. 5.5. We talk, Brian. This has got the Brian Blessing stamp of approval. I think we got to go over. I think Columbus now, they're out of this thing. They're going to play loose hockey. They got to score goals against Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay can I see 4-3, 5-3 type of game. I'm seeing 5.5s all over the board here. I think that total's too light. Give me the over. I don't even want a side in this game.
You're saying how tough Thursday is because usually we've gone with the over then under kind of deal. At Jersey and Pittsburgh, this total is only.
Hey, everybody, we have a 7-1 lead and we win 7-6. Like, that was the stupidest, craziest period of the year. Like, people who bet Pittsburgh puck line against Jersey the last game must have driven their car through.
Well, that's what you're going to get when you get teams that are out of it, and you get the
exactly.
You get Yari versus Dell. How's this? How's this not 6.5? It's only 6.
Dell computers. Do I compute? Oh, sorry. My modem. Mike, help us. The modem. Floppy disk. I don't know what to do here. I like the over. You're right, Brian. I don't care. Zigzag my ass, whatever. We'll take 6 goals. I think Pittsburgh can probably get 5 or 6 themselves, and don't hold back New Jersey. They're not playing any defensive hockey right now. Let's hope Dell Computers malfunctions. Over.
And the Rangers are $1.85.
What do you do with this game?
I can't,
I can't take Philly, though.
I can't. I would never bet Philly.
Rangers and reg.
Part of me just says it's one of these deals.
Pass.
No, it's first of a 2-game set over.
Yeah, Philly, no defense. Weak goaltending. Rangers coming off that loss to the Islanders will be happy to play a team like Philadelphia. I lean over as well.
Yeah.
I lean over 6, but I like the Rangers. I'll probably find a dance partner for them. I don't lay 165. I'll find somebody to attach them with. Maybe the next game.
I won't say I'm proud of myself, but I've been saying I've been saying this for 2 months. All right. I wasted 2.5 years of my life. I was an accounting major.
Wow, that was pretty stupid. Right? Don't worry, Brian. I've done a lot of dumb stuff.
And then change majors to communications, right? But the one thing after 2.5 years, I did know how to add, right? And I'm sitting there going, Dallas has 42 games in hand on everybody, and nobody talks about that. Dallas will be there at the end, and here they are.
Here's the thing. Dallas, the last game, too, sure, they beat Detroit in a shootout, but I came right back to them, and they murdered them next game. If this team's focused, they'll win that game. I think I found my dance partner, a Rangers-Dallas parlay to plus money, and I think Dallas will get it done in regulation, Brian. I know you're even probably feeling frisky and take Dallas minus 1.5, but Detroit's they had their nice run in them, but I think Dallas will probably put the nail in the coffin. I think they can win by, 4-2? Sounds about right. I like the Dallas Stars.
Pally, Colorado, St. Louis, total 6.5. I'm telling you, I would have been all over St. Louis, except these teams that have come off the COVID layoffs have won.
Yeah,
all
no, but
year
I think
long.
we got to bunk the theory tonight.
This
St.
team,
Louis hasn't played in a while either. They're going to be rested, and they've had practices. They need it
remember
more.
that last game, the end of that game, St. Louis threw the sink at him. Then St. Louis lost to Arizona. I still say I did it. I pulled the trigger 55-1 just because it was stupid. St. Louis wins 3 games in a row. St. Louis goes 20-1 just because they're going to get in. And St. Louis has to beat Vegas, Colorado, and Minnesota. These are the teams they're playing the rest of the way. So they better get it off to a good start tonight.
Yeah, they're not packing it in. Give me St. Louis as my dog tonight. I know it's a leap of faith against Colorado. Colorado with the COVID, sure. You know, people are going to bet that angle. I think I'm going to just do a little bit of the opposite. It's a nice price. St. Louis, you can get plus a half puck and reg too, and I'll take the plus 145. Give me the Blues, Brian. It's not going to be easy, but I think they can get the win.
All right, and I'm very quickly, I just want to see.
I found another dog.
Hold on, buddy. Let's see. Doggone it. Yeah. All right. The Sens have won 2 in a row. But I got to tell you, it's one of the best stories going. It's Vancouver off the crazed layoff, sweeps Toronto.
Don't worry.
They're $1.45. The total is 6 to the over. But let me throw this at you, and I get it. I'll go over. Ottawa's playing good. I will say over in this game. But Cam, you sit here and stare at this. Vancouver there's a big win for Montreal over Edmonton. Vancouver is 10 points behind Montreal, but they have 5 games in hand. Again, the accounting major, that's 10 points.
Yep.
All right, Vancouver, if they can go like 3-1 in the next 4 or whatever, they're crazy as this sounds. They're in it. They're not dead in the water. Calgary's toast on a stick. Vancouver is breathing.
They are breathing, but I'm just going to tell you, just because they need to win the game, I'm not sure they're going to. Ottawa's been amazing. They played a perfect game against Montreal. Everyone's like, oh, Vancouver. They haven't lost to Ottawa this year. Ottawa's a different team from the start of the season. You know what? I know this is a big leap of faith, but I'm taking Ottawa. They're my dog. I know probably people are going to call me crazy or an idiot. I just think them in reg. I'll take them plus 1.5 too in a couple parlays that I'm going to put together, Brian. But I believe in this Ottawa team. I like the way Murray played the last game. They could beat Vancouver. Remember one thing, Vancouver's still playing for something. Those are 2 nice games against the Leafs, feeling good about themselves. This is a classic letdown spot, even though they shouldn't be let down. I think it's going to be a letdown spot. Give me Ottawa.
All right, man. No, I'm a fan of Ottawa. They're fun to watch. Their games are fun. I love the Stutzle kid. But when all's said and done, is he the best player coming out of that draft?
Yeah, I think so. Ottawa's going to be absolutely amazing right now. They're doing this. You wait till their young team develops. All these teams like Montreal, Edmonton, Toronto, be scared because here comes Ottawa because, man, I really, really think in a couple of years they're going to do damage. We both feel that way. I think the Senators are live tonight.
All right, let's go to Friday. We get a couple of rematch games. You get Philly and the Rangers.
Boston, Winnipeg. Not tonight?
Oops. Toronto, Winnipeg. Thanks.
All right. Pass.
Well, no. What do you?
Under, baby. I don't know.
Hey, buddy. Wait a second. It's got to be right. Yeah. I mean, Winnipeg 4 points back with a game in hand. They win tonight. They can get the first. I mean, this is Toronto's lost a couple. This is all about Winnipeg, right? If they have any designs on winning the division, it's must win, right? I mean,
I agree. I think Winnipeg would be the play. I'm not laying it with Toronto. Toronto hasn't looked right. Their stars haven't been as good as they've been. The goaltending with Big Save Dave. No, it's Red Light Rittich, not Big Save Dave. They got issues there. Campbell hasn't been himself. This is tough. It's Winnipeg or nothing. I kind of like the under in the game. I don't think the Leafs want to play that like up and down style. I think they need to play more defensive. They've been really loose lately. But you're right. More than anything, Winnipeg at plus 120. That's the play.
All right. So then we go to Friday. Now we get a couple of rematches. The one thing I'd say, Philly and the Rangers. Yeah, I can't step up to the plate, play any Philly game under. We'll see how the first game goes before you form an opinion. Boston, Buffalo, the one thing I would say, it's back-to-back days again. Yeah, the Luukkonen kid making his NHL debut tonight, and the report is he's going against the Swayman kid. The Bruins have like 11 goalies. My guess is tomorrow night you're getting Tokarski, who was player of the week in the NHL, going against Rask. That would be a rematch of the game that was just 2-0.
Under.
I would look, especially if the game is high scoring on Thursday, you come back with the under on Friday. Is that reasonable?
Very reasonable.
All right.
Very reasonable.
How about Chicago pretty much saving their season?
That's the accountant side. Oh, that was ridiculous. Nashville 3-goal lead. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding
that's
me?
Nashville in a nutshell, isn't it?
Oh, that's Nashville. Yeah. I hear people here, give it to Nashville, kill these guys, kiss of death. Yeah. I had the over in that game too, so I was happy with that. But what a crazy game. Does Nashville, or do they come back and, get revenge on Chicago, or Chicago use that as motivation and, play a better game and beat them? What do you think? That's a tough game.
Can these teams? I mean, you had Subban play in that game for Chicago. Honestly, do you do the over back to the under, because now it's a big game. Chicago is literally they're 3 behind Nashville. They had to win that game. That was ridiculous.
Mm-hmm, they did.
They got to win this one too.
Yeah. I'm gonna take I'm going to lean to Chicago. That win must have sparked these guys. I can't believe Nashville lost that game. What do you think about the next one? Another tough game.
Minnesota, LA.
Over?
I like the over. I'm assuming this is the first of a set. Let me take a quick peek at their schedule.
Yeah, it is. It's their first game. And I will say this, Brian, I think LA's live. They're the one team when San Jose's floundering and the Coyotes are floundering, like LA, floundering, struggling and floundering. The Kings are the team that took care of business. They beat the Ducks when they had to. This is a spot for Minnesota thinking, hey, we're good, we're comfortable. This game has got dog written all over it. I can see LA winning this game like 4-3.
You know what? I agree with you, and I would say
that's the play.
Here's as nuts as this sounds. LA is next to last in the division, right? They are 5 points behind Arizona. San Jose's a bunch of pukes, right? We know that.
They're horrible.
Okay. St. Louis, I believe in, but they're playing nothing but Colorado, Minnesota, and St. Louis the rest of the way. The Kings they're even up with St. Louis, 4 behind them, but they are 5 behind 4th place Arizona, but they've got 4 in hand in Arizona. As nuts as it sounds, if we're saying Vancouver's not out of it, the Kings can make the case if we go, 8-2 in our last 10 that they're breathing. This is LA season.
Not just that; these other teams are falling back. So, is Arizona a lock? No.
No,
they're not.
No.
That's the thing. And LA's been playing better. The thing about LA that I liked in the last game was they didn't pull a San Jose. They beat Anaheim. San Jose lost 3 games to Anaheim by 4 goals, and they're sitting there going, wow. And then you play a couple good periods against Vegas. You guys pissed away your season. If I was a GM and coach of that team, I would literally smash things. I'd walk in there, and I would be so damn pissed. You guys, I can't believe the situation you were in, and you failed in, it was given to you, against the Ducks team, and you just crapped the bed. You know what? LA's not that team. They could see a light at the end of the tunnel. They'll give their best. Give me a 4-3 overtime win for the Kings. Over dog.
All right, I'm going whack-a-mole here. I'm going over Montreal, Calgary.
Yep.
Allen's playing, right? We get the good price with the concussion. Calgary's out of it. They're going to start playing willy-nilly, and they're not going to. The golf course is looming. They're not going to be hitting anybody.
Nope. I agree. I would look at Montreal in the over in that game. Montreal, big win against Edmonton. They took care of business when they needed to. Almost let it slip away.
All right, so we are, as they say, I love when they say, as they say. Who are they?
Yeah, like we talked about on our show, a walk-off home run and stuff. No, it's a game-winning home run. Walk-off, whatever. I hate that term, too. We talk about it. It's just so stupid, some of these sayings in sports.
Horse racing.
It's a game-winning
horse racing, they say wire to wire. It's not wire to wire because the starting gate is in different locations. And the gate on occasion is at the wire. So it's
wire to wire sounds.
It's gate to wire. It's not wire to wire.
Yeah, gate to wire.
Trying to solve all these problems.
Yeah, I agree. What else?
Let's go to Saturday. We get a small schedule on Sunday, but as we take a look at the weekend for you, Jersey, Pittsburgh again. If this,
it's an early start. Let's just say this. I could tell you, Brian, we're probably waking up, downing a couple pots of coffee and playing the over in this game and hoping for the best. Even if the total's 6.5, this game's probably got 5-4 or something written all over it. These early games go over.
They do. And by the way, we don't talk about this very often. You do your +1.5s and your parlays. I'm telling you, the parlay, because where I'm willing to like lay juice, because I just hate laying juice in hockey. But over 1.5 in first periods. I'll like identify that. 3 or 4 or 5 games. Okay, these games are coming out of the gate, they're flying, and a goal can be. But I'll hook up a 4 or 5 teamer minus $1.40 over 1.5. This game's an over 1.5 in the first period.
Agreed. Colorado Blues, that's tough. You see what happens in the first game, but we know something about St. Louis. They got to bring their A game every night to the rink. Like, if they beat Colorado, kudos to them, because they could save their season.
I will just say this. Now, you're going to be seeing a lot of Binnington. I think
I agree. Hey, Husso, it's been nice, but sit there and stay there. I agree.
Instead of where's Waldo, it's where's Husso.
Yeah, where's Husso? End of the bench with a grimace. Yeah, I'm with
Washington and the Islanders. Again, I can see maybe this whole series is low scoring.
I agree with that. You know what? Just because if it goes under in the first game, I'd come back to it. I'll tell you one thing. If you could find a prop for like teeth on ice at -0.5, we'll take the over, and we'll take penalty over props as well. This could turn into a prison fight with shanks. These teams, Islanders, honestly, no, you said it. The Capitals are playing prison rules right now. They're beating up people. They want to lay statements before the playoffs, and the Islanders with Barry Trotz won't back down. You wanted to fight. You like violence. This is your type of series.
So much on the line in this particular series. I would just say this. Carolina and Florida, the loser of the Thursday night game makes my card here. I go with the revenge spot here. Nope, you ain't getting away from us.
Yeah, I agree. Montreal, Calgary, I don't know what to do. Probably you said maybe we ride 2 overs in a row. I see that Montreal might have a goaltender. So, oh, my God, I'm seeing like expected. This is like way ahead of the game, but I see a Primo spaghetti sauce and a Louis Domingue sighting.
Oh, God,
where's the over? If that over is anything under like 6, if it's 6 or whatever. Remember Louis Domingue against Buffalo? How many broken sticks? Smash. Sabres 5, Devils nothing. That was the end. Louis Domingue went bananas.
Whenever I hear the name, it used to be Hutchinson was the guy, but whenever I hear Louis Domingue, you ever go like to the county fair kind of thing, and a guy on stilts, with the mallet, hitting the bell, and the thing goes all the way up. Yeah. Yep. Ding, Louis Domingue. It's like, how high can it go?
Yeah, Louis Domingue, baby. I don't know what we got, but I see goals in that game.
Yeah, we hold on. We're even. You forgot Toronto, Winnipeg. Real quick. Over.
Did I?
Oh, yeah.
Well played.
All right, no. But we like Winnipeg on Thursday. If Winnipeg were to win that game, then you're really talking about it being a battle for first place. The Leafs, put it this way, does the Leafs skid continue that they go in there and don't win one in Winnipeg? Would you?
They'll win one. If they lose the first, I think they'll come back to the second. They'll eventually figure it out. I will say this, Tavares has been a little bit better. Like, he's the one veteran on the team that's showing some guts. This team, the loss of Hyman, though, people don't understand how big that is. Zach Hyman's a motor player. He's the guy that does everything. You know what I mean? He skates hard. He's the hardest working guy in the team. And what do the Leafs lack? Players like Hyman. So now you have a bunch of stars that don't even have the effort. Like this, the injury is more significant than people will give it credit for. I watch the Leafs on a nightly basis. Zach Hyman's a good hockey player. He works his ass off. How about Foligno making the transition in here? When does he make? Yeah. He'll step. He's going to have to step up. He's already got. You saw the story. Nick Foligno. He played his junior Sudbury Wolves. He's got a compound up there, like weights and facility and stuff. He's working his buns off right now, getting ready to go. You know what? The Leafs need his help. What? It's a compound. You know what I mean? Like, a facility, a rink, or he owns a place to get healthy. Like, kind of like me at the buffet. That's his compound's like a place with weights. I mean, they're not going to exercise. They don't all go up there and drink Kool-Aid, do they? No. Hi, everybody. I'm the new member of the Leafs, David Koresh. No. It's not a compound. It's, you know what I mean. Sorry. I'm just such an idiot. Anyway, give me the final 3 games. What do we got here? Vegas, Anaheim. Well, sorry. Was that out of line? No. You know what I mean. I'm being Cameron. Well, I'm the one that said a compound. Yeah, I said, yeah, you did. You set me up for bad jokes and bad stuff. What do we got? Minnesota. What do we got with Minnesota and SJ Sharkey? Hey, SJ Sharkey, here's what I got for you. Nothing. You can. My dad used to swim with sharks when he scuba dived, and barracudas. Feed him some hot dogs. They'll go to sleep. They're unbelievable. They're minnows. They're the fish I see at the Mandarin restaurant. They're no sharks. They're guppies. Minnesota, I don't even care. San Jose's brutal.
Oh, the little prawns.
Yeah, they're prawns. Things that get in my belly.
I will say that Vegas has won 8 in a row. They've tied a franchise record. They're going for a franchise record 9th win in a row. It was
Vegas is going to be minus 400 in this game.
Can I throw one goofy thing at you?
Sure you can. Let's get going, though.
This is breaking news yesterday. We're doing the show yesterday. Robin Leonard unsolicited. Did you see all that stuff?
Yeah. COVID shots. Mm-hmm.
He's unbelievable. He's got the guts of a burglar, man. He says whatever he wants to say. He believes what
I know he does.
He sat down unsolicited. Cam, you wouldn't believe this. I mean, this was happening while I was on the air, and this thing blew up. And he's sitting there saying, "Hey, the league lied to us." They said if we get the vaccine, the league no, he didn't say that. He said if we get the vaccine, then we're going to loosen up the restrictions. And he's been very forthright with the mental health situation he's gone through.
I agree with him.
And he's very passionate about it. He said the worst thing for that is they tell you don't be isolated. The guy's been isolated for 8 months. He said there were guys that didn't want to get the shot that got the shot because they told him the isolation would change, and now it's not changing because other teams get it. So they said you can't. He said we're talking about competitive edge and not about human lives. So that's all that being said. This guy's only lost one hockey game this year. But here's Leonard coming to play after this. Is this guy you're going to need a pistol to beat me, or is it a distraction for him?
I'll tell you one thing, just Vegas, the way they're rolling right now, you can't bet them unless it's minus 1.5 or 2.5 alternate line. And the Ducks, if you've talked about it, the Quackers have finally quacked out. They've had a good little run against San Jose. Reality set in. LA beat them down. Vegas or nothing.
Okay, Ottawa, Vancouver. It's a rematch. First one's high scoring. We consider the under, but
Wile E. Coyote versus the Kings. That's a huge game, as my Fred Courier from Fusillo Ford in Grand Island would say.
Yeah, God bless that guy.
I love Fred Courier.
Huge. No. Fred Courier guy works there.
Yes, right. He does.
But the guy, the Fucillo guy that owns the whole thing. They must pay this Fred Courier guy by the word.
I hope they do. Fred's awesome.
Because he's taken that huge thing and it's taken over his life.
Yes, he has. Like every time he goes to the show, he goes, "Hey, Blessing Cam, huge show," or whatever. A big picture of a gorilla holding up a car.
I mean, every time I see him type huge or say, it's like ching, ching. Like
I remember Hainzer's like, "Are you coming over to Cam's huge barbecue when the border opens?" Anyway, I don't know what to do with Arizona, LA.
I will tell you. I will tell you.
Under.
I will tell you.
Under?
I will tell you what you do.
Okay.
And this is the if. If LA beats Minnesota on Friday night, these guys are going, we're in this.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
If LA beats Minnesota, they beat Arizona. If Minnesota beats LA goes, well, it was nice, but and Arizona's then now Arizona's we got to beat and then they're watching the scoreboard with St. Louis. But if LA beats Minnesota, they get a bounce in their step for this game. I
agree.
I can't go any further than that. But if LA wins Friday, I'm coming right back with them.
I actually like your theory. What are we going to do on Sunday? A couple
Boston,
matchups.
Pittsburgh, lunchtime hockey. Boston's nothing but an over team. Pittsburgh goaltending is an atrocity. But it's the day game. Do you go over 5.5?
Boston played pretty good. They score a lot of goals in those day games, so yes, I would go over 1.5 and a lean to the Bruins.
I will say this.
I'll tell you one thing: if the Rangers start to look at the scoreboard and be out of it, this could be a sneaky play for Buffalo at plus $1 million.
Think either way. I think either, and part of me is like, way to go. I've gone through all this torture. Now they're playing well. Jersey can't win to save their life. Buffalo's going to blow the first pick of the draft, but who cares? It's not a great draft. There's no guarantee you're first anyway, but you'd be guaranteed to pick no worse than third. But that being said, I think, as you're alluding to, there's going to come a point here if Boston beats Buffalo again a couple of times. The Rangers are like, okay.
Yep.
Honestly, the Rangers had a better shot of catching the Islanders or Pittsburgh than Boston because of the games in hand. I think the Rangers will come to the realization, damn it, it's over. And I think Buffalo, you probably on Sunday, if the kid plays decent, the Luukkonen kid, he's going to get this start. And I like Buffalo and the over on Sunday.
Yeah, I agree with that. I'm definitely betting Buffalo. I'm not sure about the total. We'll see what happens with the goaltenders, but Buffalo plus 1.5 and split it up with the money line. I think they're a big, juicy dog, and eventually the Rangers are going to be laying lumber, and they're going to lose, and I want to be on it.
All right, there's only 4 games. Listen, it's cold cuts only, but call the butcher. Look at Jersey and Philly.
Oh, yeah. Devils, Philadelphia. I'll have a quadruple burger, extra bacon, cheese. Yeah, you tell me. The butcher's living with me right now. Like, I don't know. There's so many damn cuts. I wore out the blade on his slicer.
10 to 10.5, 11, 16.5.
7.5. Over 8.5.
The butcher on the salami for Sunday.
Yes.
We're looking at 21.5, 22 is going to be the salami.
I see 30 chunks of salami. 7 goals, 8 goals, 15, 22. Yeah, 28 pieces of salami, please.
Sunday, there are 4 games. Columbus, Tampa, again.
Pass.
Yeah, no, but I think the play is the Sunday salami.
Yeah, Sunday salami. I agree with you 100%. Call the butcher, Boston, Pittsburgh, Buffalo, Rangers. Buffalo's a nice dog. Rangers, Philadelphia, first team to 7 wins. Columbus, Tampa Bay.
To 7 wins.
There we go.
The hockey mercy rule.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Well, there you go, man.
No defense there.
I think
wow,
that
we really got. Wow, that was a big one.
Well, 4 days, but you know what? Yeah. I mean, usually, like 3 or 4 days out, we sit there and say, "Yeah, it's too hard to do." I do think at this time of year, based on the scheduling, based on the belief of certain things do happen, that would actually be what we would tell you on Saturday or Sunday.
It's still hard to do, but the difference is we're going to give you, like, there's situations where teams like the Rangers eventually say we've tapped out because they can't catch Boston. We got to be on top of that. It might not, like, we have to identify situations and spots, and that LA Arizona type of battle with that's some interesting stuff.
No,
too.
You're right. Like teams like you said, the Rangers, maybe LA, that they could do the Juice Newton. What's that guy's name?
Who, Juice Loudon? Yeah, he's leading in the European.
No, the tap out guy, Juice Newton.
Oh, Boss Rudin. Oh yeah, the guy who made me almost go in my pants. We gone.
Hey folks, this is Brian Blessing. Hope you're enjoying the Hockey Betting Podcast. We have a couple chuckles, try to get you a lot of winners. Hey, we hope you like what you're hearing, and if you do, hit the subscribe button and give us a review, give us a rating. Most importantly, enjoy the hockey and keep coming back to the Hockey Betting Podcast.
The handicapping and sports odds information contained on this podcast is for entertainment purposes only. Please confirm the wagering regulations in your jurisdiction as they vary from state to state, province to province, and country to country. Using this information to contravene any law or statute is prohibited. The podcast is not associated with, nor is it endorsed by any professional or collegiate league, association, or team. This podcast does not target and is not intended for an audience under the age of 18. If you think that you have a gambling addiction, stop this podcast now and please seek help.
Gambling and betting on sports is a form of entertainment and should be about having a good time. But when done excessively, it may negatively affect other areas of a person's life, such as their physical and mental health, school or work performance, finances, and or interpersonal relationships. At the Hockey Betting Podcast, we're concerned about the addiction that gambling may cause, and for this reason, we encourage everyone to practice responsible gambling, an approach to gambling that helps you ensure that it remains an enjoyable activity. Here are the main principles of responsible gambling. Don't think of gambling as a way to make money. Always gamble with money that you can afford to lose. Set limits and stick to them. Never chase losses. Don't gamble when you're depressed or upset, and create a healthy balance. Always be aware of how much time you spend gambling or thinking about gambling, and do not allow gambling to cause you to miss out on time with family and friends or time spent on other activities you enjoy. By following these guidelines, gambling can be a good time and great entertainment. If you feel at any time that your gambling is taking away from important areas of your life, is causing you stress or depression, or is leading to financial losses that are beyond your control, please reach out for help. Learn more at responsiblegambling.org.